Congress is the law-making body of the federal government. Congress is composed of two houses, the Senate and the House of Representatives. Membership in the House of Representatives is based on state population. In the Senate, each state is represented equally. The system also allows each house to check the actions of the other. Today, there are 435 members in the House. Every 10 years after the census is taken, Congress determines how the seats in the House are to be distributed. If state population decreases, so may the number of representatives. Same thing when state population increases, so may the number of representatives. Gerrymandering is the practice of drawing district lines that favor a political party, politician, or group of people. Elections for members of the House of Representatives are held in November of each even-numbered year. Each representative elected for 2-year terms. The Senate is smaller than the House of Representatives. Each state is represented by 2 senators. Today's Senate has 100 members, and senators are elected for 6-year terms. Just like the House of Representatives, elections for the Senate are held in November of each even-numbered year. Congress receives a set salary and benefits and must agree to uphold a code of conduct. Congress members receive a yearly salary of $165,200. They also receive free trips to their own state, allowance for local district offices, and a stationary allowance, ranking privilege, and also immunity. To be a representative in the House, you must be at least 25 years old, been a citizen of the U.S. for at least 7 years, and you must be a legal resident of the state you represent. To be a member of the Senate, you must be 30 years old, been a citizen for at least 9 years, and a legal resident of the state you represent. Expulsion of a member means that the person must give up his or her seat in Congress. Only 5 members of the House have been expelled, and from the Senate, 15. Under the 20th Amendment, a team of Congress begins at noon on January 3rd of every odd-numbered year. When Congress finishes its legislative work, both houses adjourn and the session is ended. Only in some cases the president might call for a special session after they have adjourned. The Constitution has 3 rules about how Congress should be organized. The first is that the House of Representatives selects a presiding officer. Second, it names the vice president, president of the Senate. Third, it calls for a senator to preside in the absence of the vice president. To choose their leaders, the houses meet in a meeting called caucuses. The powers delegated to the Congress are financing government, which means Congress has the authority to raise or collect taxes, borrow money, and print or coin money. Regulating and encouraging American trade and industry, which means that the Congress regulates trade with foreign countries and passes laws that protect rights of inventors. Defending the country, which means that they have the power to declare war to maintain armed forces. Creating lower courts, which gives them the power to pass certain laws and make sure the laws are upheld. And providing for growth, which is the power to pass laws to regulate immigration and naturalization. Congress has the power to make all laws which should be necessary and proper for carrying the foregoing powers. The powers Congress has exercised under this clause called implied powers. Clauses such as the necessary and proper clause are also called elastic clauses because of their flexibility. Congress also has the power to impeach officials charged with serious crimes and bring them to trial. Two presidents have been impeached, which is Andrew Johnson and Bill Clinton. Senate has 4 special powers, which is all impeachment trials must be held in the Senate. If the vice presidential candidate doesn't receive enough electoral votes to be elected, the Senate clause chooses the vice president. Treaties with foreign nations must be approved in the Senate by 2/3 vote. Supreme Court justices must be approved by the Senate with a majority vote. With power comes restrictions, and the Constitution forbids Congress. With power comes restrictions, and the Constitution forbids Congress. With power comes restrictions, and the Constitution forbids Congress. With power comes restrictions, and the Constitution. With power comes you messed me up. With power comes restrictions, and the Constitution forbids Congress from taxing exports, passing laws that violate the Bill of Rights, favoring trade of a state, and granting titles of nobility, and many other restrictions. For further explanation of these restrictions, see the U.S. Constitution.